everybody is actually looking forward to owning a house.
I was very, very happy when I got the allocation for the house.
Mortgage can actually work in Nigeria.
Hello there, good evening, and thanks for joining us on another episode of the program, Everyone Deserves a Home. I am Aisha Mohammed Ahmed, your regular anchor. In line with its mandate, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, has over the years strived to provide houses on one hand and then mortgages on the other. This is to ensure affordability and accessibility for the ordinary Nigerian. Tonight on the program, we shall bring you the story of the Sea Mountain Estate from Niger State, which is one of the estates developed under the Estate Development Loan product of the FMBN to shelter Nigerians within the state and give NHF contributors an option should they want to obtain a mortgage to acquire a home in Niger State. So stay tuned as we bring you details of this estate as well as the impact it has made in addressing housing deficit within Niger State. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's begin the program with news highlights. In our diary tonight, FMBN chairman calls for stronger collaboration on affordable housing. These and other stories will come your way shortly. Keep watching.
Though tribe and tongue differ, we share the values of excellent service.
One customer-centric FMBN team.
Serving you with integrity, professionalism, and accountability.
From 6th to 10th of October 2025, join us for FMBN Customer Service Week. It would be an exciting week of engaging activities and impact. It promises to be a week to remember. It is definitely about you, our valued and esteemed customers.
Happy Customer Service Week from all of us at the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Board Chairman Dr. Nasir Yusuf Gawuna has stressed the need for closer collaboration to improve access to affordable housing for low and middle income earners towards making housing delivery easier and more sustainable.
Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has made the enabling environment and has made Nigeria a very economically viable state that any investor internationally can come in, more especially in the housing sector. The collaboration between the other sub-government agencies that is going on with the Federal Mortgage Bank at the moment is something else that we will talk about. We are now engaging the state governments. That's in terms of ownership of the lands that we are going to build, that is so that the bank will be secured, and then the people that wants to get the houses, they too will be secured. And we'll push forward so that we'll be able to provide the desired housing at the desired time. The low-income earners will be able to access, that is, houses that are qualitative for them and at an affordable level.
Dr. Gawuna further explained that the bank's interventions are designed to serve contributors to the National Housing Fund. He also assured that the bank will continue to drive initiatives that prioritize affordability, security, and accessibility while strengthening its partnership at both federal and state levels. The federal government's flagship Renewed Hope City project in Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos is set to redefine affordable housing, with construction now at 80% completion. During an inspection tour, Housing Minister Ahmed Musa Dengiwa, announced that over 700 housing units in the first phase are ready for commissioning by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He also revealed that the president will also lay the foundation for the second phase, which will bring total delivery to 2,000 units. The minister emphasized that the renewed hope cities being built across all 6 geopolitical zones and the FCT are central to the administration's efforts to close Nigeria's housing gap. He further revealed plans for a building materials manufacturing hub within the Lekki Free Trade Zone, aimed at reducing construction costs, promoting local content and strengthening sustainable housing delivery nationwide. At the site, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, presented by its Executive Director of Loans and Mortgage Services, Dr. Mohammed Abdul, reaffirmed the bank's commitment. He reiterated that the homes are designed to be affordable and accessible, particularly for workers and cooperative societies, with mortgages offered at the lowest interest rates. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. One of the products of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, that has proven to be impactful in providing access to affordable homes to more Nigerians with ease is Estate Development Loan, EDL, through which several estates have been developed and delivered to NHF contributors in every part of the country. In our next segment, Building Block, we shall focus on Sea Mountain Estate in Niger State, developed under the Estate Development Loan. Keep watching.
The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has several products for Nigerians, especially for the middle and low-income earners. One such product is the Estate Development Loan, EDL, designed to provide funding to real estate developers for the construction of housing estates to meet the need of National Housing Fund contributors in the country. Sea Mountain Estate was developed and delivered under the Estate Development Loan. Situated in Minna, the Niger State capital, Sea Mountain Estate comprises of 97 housing units. Engineer Ma'aruf is the site engineer at Sea Mountain Estate and a representative of the developer. He provides an overview of the estate, including the number of housing units in the estate and the phases at which the estate was delivered.
As you can see on ground, the project has been, it's already live on ground. It's been seen, as you can see, the 2-bedroom. This is a prototype of our 2-bedroom, which is semi-detached. The total number of housing units we are having on ground is 97. As I said initially, we have 67 2-bedroom semi-detached, while we have 30 3-bedroom detached housing. So, as the phase 1 of the project, 34 2-bedroom semi-detached we are on ground, while we have 21 3-bedroom detached. At the second phase of the project, we have 21 2-bedroom semi-detached and 15 3-bedroom semi-detached. At the phase 3 of the project, we have 21 2-bedroom semi-detached and 15 3-bedroom detached on ground.
Reflecting on fund disbursement by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, the developer noted that the project fund disbursement were adequately made at different stages of the project, subject to the satisfaction of the FMBN supervisory team.
The total amount of the project was 441,900,000. So at phase 1, when the project was 30% of the housing unit and then 70% of the infrastructure was laid, 50% of the payment was made. Then at the second phase, when we have that is 30, then this we have 70. At the second phase, we have 40% of the housing unit, then 70% of the infrastructure. The second payment of 30% was made. Then at the third phase, when we have 30% of the housing units completed, then the infrastructure is already on ground, then the payment was made.
constructed at 441,900,000 naira only. Sea Mountain Estate enjoys all the live-in friendly infrastructure to keep the estate habitable and in line with the FMBN's guidelines.
The infrastructure of the estate comprises of the access road. This is the main road. The road the road infrastructure we are labeled in 3 alphabet. We have road A, which is the main access that link you to the estate. We have road B, and we have road C. So the road is comprises of, you can see it, we have a gravel and high drainage, one side drainage. That is the road infrastructure we have in the site. And the site also we have 2 500 kVA transformer which serve as a source of light to the estate, and we have a borehole, 2 borehole were drilled to be the access to source of water to the estate, and we have an overhead tank and a reservoir.
All the housing units in the estate have been delivered and occupied by NHF contributors. A 3-bedroom unit was sold for 10.5 million naira, while 2-bedroom flats were sold for 6.5 million naira only, with no compromise on the quality of the houses.
At the beginning of the project, we all make sure that all the necessary materials are being on ground to avoid cost of purchase and other stuff. So we make sure that most of the materials like the doors, our electrical and all the plumbing materials have been purchased. We try because we maintain our standard. So we make sure that the project was not compromised.
At the time of execution, the project provided employment and other opportunities for many people living around the host community.
The project has created, to the community itself, I think it created a lot of job opportunity for them in terms of skilled and unskilled labor. Most of the laborers, the bricklayers are from this community, and so when we talk of the skilled labor also, it engages skilled laborers like the plumbers, the electricians and other stuff, and even the site supervisor and other employments were being granted to the community and the state in general. Project it's a huge project, so a lot of hands are needed and others. So to some extent, the project has started for more than 500 employment within the community. Apart from the skilled, let us say our skilled labor, our skilled and professionals that came with us from Lagos and other stuff. So in terms of skilled and unskilled, we have created more than 500 to 600 job opportunity for the community.
Engineer Ma'aruf further recounted some challenges experienced during the execution of the project. Environmental hazards and land encroachment were some of the challenges faced at the beginning of the project, which were addressed with the intervention of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
So another challenge we have, I think, is environmental hazard. Due to the site itself is prone to environmental hazard, there is no any windbreaker from the plots adjacent to the estate, both from the eastern and the western parts of the. So the estate it's a little bit prone to environmental hazard, which has led to another expenses for the developer, because for we to develop, we cannot deliver the house which is not habitable. So we have to put all this roofing and all that thing in place for the off-takers to be able to come in and take their houses.
If you're just joining us, this is Everyone Deserves a Home, a program brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to showcase the bank's ongoing efforts in providing affordable housing and mortgage solutions for Nigerians. In our next segment, Dream Come True, We shall hear from Habib Raji Edigogo, a staff of Federal Road Safety Corps, who is a beneficiary of the National Housing Scheme, as he shares his home ownership journey. To stay with us.
I can assure all Nigerians that if you apply, once it is available, you will get.
Definitely the scheme is real.
It's a big testimony to stop paying rent.
Excellent. Seriously excellent.
It works and is real.
Home ownership remains the ultimate wish of every human being, especially those with families. Habib Raji Edigogo, a staff of the Federal Road Safety Corps and contributor to the National Housing Fund, shares his story of how he became a beneficiary of a 3-bedroom semi-detached house at Sea Mountain Estate in Niger State.
Now I can vividly recall before I was posted back here from Zamfara State. I know when I came, I had to be patching, or let me say, I have to rent a house here in Mina. Despite being an indigenous of the state, you know, one needs independence. And that's what prompted me to actually look through or try to see how I can be able to be part of the housing scheme where I applied with the Federal Safety Corps. And as I said earlier on, we have our housing cooperative, which enabled me to be able to apply through them to get this very wonderful house here in Albishiri. So far so good. It has been very fantastic because as it is now, I'm an owner of a very accommodating 3-bedroom flat.
Habib Raji acquired his home at the cost of 10,500,000 naira only under the rent-to-own arrangement of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. He says the repayment process is seamless as he was given the choice of how and when to pay.
I believe it depends on how you intend or your plan, how you intend to go by it. You understand? If you intend to pay off the amounts being stated or being sold, fine and go. If you intend to maybe determine the monthly deduction, monthly payments, fine and good. And if it's through your primary source or your primary organization, which is like ours, which is Federal Safety Corps, fine and good. So the choice is yours, you understand? But of course, there must be certain criteria that you must undergo, that you must follow, that you must pass before the house becomes sold, because before you become an owner of a particular house.
To own a home in Nigeria, considering the present economic reality, is a thing of joy. And that is exactly how Habib Raji feels.
I'm overwhelmed, seriously overwhelmed. As I said, I'm independent now. Unlike before that, I had to go through the rudiment of at least the abuse and what have you of a tenant. You understand? As a tenant or of a landlord, and as a tenant, you know, you can really look at the scenario, the situation one finds itself at that particular time. But now you can sit at your own comfort. Already the process has been made easy for you. It's just the monthly deduction from the source, which is from your primary source, which is the Federal Safety Corps on a monthly basis, and which is basically based on a particular tenure. You understand? So you don't have to bother yourself on the thinking of stress, thinking of a landlord coming over to ask for his rent and what have you. So you can see that at least one is very much bit comfortable.
Speaking further, Habib Raji noted that the mortgage system is working in Nigeria and has been tested to provide home ownership opportunities for Nigerians, especially low-income earners who cannot afford outrightly to buy a home of their choice.
Mortgage system in Nigeria, I must confess, if it were not because of the mortgage system, I think me having an accommodation here, residence here, would be very difficult. Thank God. Of course, there must be the route, which is the federal safety corps, which I'm serving with, that led me to have an accommodation here. But I think without it, I don't think getting accommodation with that so easy. I remember when I applied within some, it's not up to a year, when the key was handed over. Of course, there are some certain deductions that have been made, which made it more easier for us, especially on the part of the staff that are residents here, staff of our road safety corps that are residents here in the Sea Mountain Housing Estate. As I've said, without that scheme now, I don't think I will have a house now. Because as a civil servant, when will you be keeping money? How much do you earn? You understand? How much to even build a house now in Nigeria on your own as a civil servant, ordinary civil servant, going by your salary. You understand? So you hardly can build a house comfortable to your own taste, unless otherwise. But of course, if you have to follow the due process, the way it should, the way your work ethics, I doubt if you can be able to build a house. So I advise that owning a house through mortgage, Federal Mortgage Bank is the best. Is the best. The good thing is that you pray over it, that you should be able to complete your payment before you, either you retire or before you give up.
How can a beneficiary apply for an NHF loan in a state that doesn't have a primary mortgage bank?
That's one of also the challenges we have, because it's not every state that has a primary mortgage. But instantly we see that there is no geopolitical region in the country that doesn't have a primary mortgage bank. So what we always advise prospective off-takers is that when you have such kind of a problem, you can go to any of our branches within your vicinity and explain this to them. They can easily, introduce you to any of any closest PMB to you. Because these PMBs used to move from one place to the other. Even if they are not in your town, they can come from where they are, package you, and then go back. So that's why you need to go to any of our branches, explain to them, and they can introduce you to a PMB that can package your application and then send to FMBN.
As more Nigerians tap into the NHF scheme, stories like this continue to inspire hope for affordable housing finance across the nation. For more information on FMBN products and services, please log on to or simply visit ibank@fmbn.gov.ng or visit any of our branch offices near you. If you're already a contributor, simply dial *219# on your mobile device to keep tabs on your contributions. Join me again next week, same time, same station, for another exciting package. Until then, stay safe and good night.